Hey everybody, it's Marty from aspectLED. Today we are going to talk about our aspectLED brand W Series quick connectors for RGB and color tuning. We have these quick connectors available in three different types. We have the single-ended connector with wires on one end. We have the double-ended connector with connectors on both ends. And we have the splice connector, which eliminates the wires. Here I have some of our RGB strip lights in 12 volts DC, and I have some color tuning in 24 volt DC. Notice that each strip still has its leads connected. If you have the leads connected, leave them there. They're a nice, solid, stable connection. But if you don't, you need to do some segments in your strips, the flexible connectors are one great option. It's important to note when you're cutting through these strips to follow the cut line exactly. You don't want to go angled like this or this. Cut it in half exactly. It's important to note that all of these quick connectors have a door that flaps like this. This actually goes to the bottom side of the strip. The top side of the strip where the LED is goes up to this notch on the top side right here. Before I slide this in, I want to make note of something. See where I have the black wire and the plus sign on the strip? And then it says B and the wire is green, and then R and the wire is red, and G and the wire is blue. This is okay that they don't match up because this connector is used for different types of strips. Just make note of this when you're making your connections back at your controller. Let's slide this in, slide the notch in, and latch the door shut on the back. Make sure it latches on both sides, like this, right here. And the difference for color tuning is that the 24 still lines up to black, but it says W for green, R for red, and WW for blue. It's more important to note that these may not necessarily all be used, but make sure that you always have V positive on the black wire. Let's slide this in and close the latch on the back. Okay. We've hooked up all of our connectors, and the first connector you can see is here going back to our controller. We have the single-ended connector. Here we have the splice connector with no wires. And here we have the double-ended connector with wires. These are a great flexible connection. If you want a long-term connection, soldering is going to be better. It's important to note polarity when you're using these, and that V positive lines up to the black wire, and that the other wires line up on the controller where the LEDs actually say they are. It's also important to note that you have the door fully closed on the back side of these to ensure a stable connection. These can only be used in the first 16.4 foot of a reel, not in longer lengths. And finally, these are designed to be used only with aspectLED brand color tuning and RGB strip lights. For a helpful video on soldering, check out this video here. And be sure for more helpful videos to like and subscribe.